6-7 years now. Okay, and I joined. When I joined, it was more of barcoding in India, and then we started getting the cards business also in place. Barcode field, and supplies what basically I look after. And when you talk about innovation here, Zebra has been innovating, printers in various verticals, and that has been the strength of Zebra, and the reason for that is that Zebra do understand the basic need of the end customer, right? So we are very close to the end customers, though we are not a B2C kind of a company, but to innovate something which is actually being used and useful for that vertical, you have to be very, very close and need to understand the need of the customer. So that's where it actually starts from Zebra. So Zebra, understands the requirement, and probably based on that, we come out with some new products. If you see today, we have a huge portfolio in barcodes, right? And the portfolio is there. Vertical wise, you can segregate the printers. Like Zebra came out with a healthcare printer, which is HC100, right? That is 100% focused on healthcare. And the reason to come out with that was because we found the need. We found that there was a need to print wristbands, and we found the need to be to automate that area. So that's how we innovate. So that's the reason, even in Bluetooth technology, probably, when we talk about our Bluetooth printers, that is mobility. We started off with the QLNs, the higher end models, the higher end mobility, which is IP rated, IP54 rated printers. Then probably slowly and gradually, and we started to understand, we started innovating onto that, and we came out with models like INZ, then we came out with EZ models. So those are the models which are actually focused on Asia Pacific, I would rather say, not only India, full Asia Pacific, because those are an exceptionally aggressive priced product, to be there in the markets like China, like India, like Southeast Asia, Singapore. So that's where the innovation comes in, and that's the strength of Zebra, if you ask me today. Because and it's not just like we are getting portfolio like, just increasing our models. We are increasing our models at the back of the mind. We know that this is the basic requirement, right? So there is a little bit change in, if you see, in the culture of Zebra, because we are going more customer centric today, right? Because we find that unless or until you are customer centric, it's very difficult for you to innovate new products. See, our presence is global, if you ask me, right? Obviously, we are an American company, right? So we started 40 years back in the US. So the presence in US is definitely there, which is much stronger. And the amount of business what we do in United States and plus in Europe is obviously at a much better percentile than probably Asia Pacific. But Asia Pacific is catching up like anything, and believe me, our corporate is giving a full focus towards Asia Pacific. And when I say Asia Pacific, I'm talking about few countries which everybody is looking at, like China, like India, like in Southeast Asia. You can talk about Malaysia. So these are the countries where the focus is. Yeah. Oh, it's a huge difference. There is a I think the business opportunities what you find in Asia Pacific are much more than what you find in Europe or in United States of America, because those are the countries where we've already touched the level, right? And these are the developing countries what we are talking about today. And obviously when you talk about developing countries, then you have much more option to talk about various verticals. As I just want to share with you, that when our go-to-market strategy is very different, right? And it's global. We are focusing on few 4-5 key verticals, and those verticals are like government, like retail, like healthcare, logistics, and obviously the biggest, strongest vertical of Zebra, that has been manufacturing, which has been there and which is going still stronger, right? So that's the way we would like to proceed in future also. So that's the difference if you talk about the United States and Europe and Asia. because Zebra has taken a strategy when it comes to India. Uh, we are a channel company, right? And we are doing an exceptional geographical expansion, and the geographical expansion is only possible with we getting more channels in B and C class cities. Like we are, when I talk about B and C class cities in India, the way of the geography of India, it's huge, right? So we find that those are the virgin areas where we still need to go and touch, and probably there is business there, right? So we are trying to open up our channels in B and C class cities. We are trying to see that these areas are covered properly, and that's through our new channels. We get them authorized. We try to train them, for long run, so that they are self-equipped, right? So that's way, and it's all over India. I'm talking about north, east, south, west, all the 4 geographies. That's how it is. Talk about we are doing exceptionally good focus job right now on government, which is a key vertical for us. I'm talking about India right now. That's coming up very fast for us, and we have requirement of mobility. We have requirement of our desktop printers. We have requirement of cards. It's really going good for us. The second one probably is the healthcare. We have done an exceptional work on healthcare from past 2 to 3 years, and we have seen the traction which is actually increasing today in healthcare. So we have products which are focused on healthcare. So that's the reason we are able to focus more on healthcare. Then retail is another vertical which is really going very good for us, and the other one is logistics. So all in all, if you talk about, and manufacturing is one, as I told you, is one vertical for us which has always been very strong, right? So these are the new 4 areas, or 4 new verticals what we are actually trying to focus on. And it's not properly probably organized. The thing is that it's a very specialized product. It's not a product like off the shelf, you pick it up and sell it like the normal printers, document printers which are there, right? So when we actually create a channel, we actually make sure that those guys understand the technology first, right? And believe me, there are alternate channels which are coming up. When I say alternate channels, we have seen in past 2 years that a lot of IT channels, IT companies who are there, IT channel companies, they are trying to get into AIDC, and once they get into AIDC, they already have a knack of that what IT is. So it's very easy for us to make them understand about AIDC. And the way we work here, they are all attached to our distribution, so they can actually buy from our distribution, and we try to train them. Now we do close to 3 to 4 training programs from Zebra. That's more to make those B and C class channel guys to understand the product, be familiar technically with the product, because it makes them easy to sell, because it's a specialized product. So everything is getting in line and in place. I understand that it's little different than IT, but it's getting aligned. We do a lot of marketing activities to create the awareness. We already have a brand image. Zebra has been in India more than 9 years now, right? So we have that. We were there in early days, so we have that brand. Everybody knows that it's a quality product, and the branding is absolutely in place. Now what we do in here is that we try to increase our attention, and it tries to increase our connectivity with the direct end users also. When we are talking about the larger projects, we make sure that Zebra is involved, because that also makes us understand his requirement, and probably when we are a part of the solution, so our partners are able to give them the proper kind of a requirement, and proper kind of a printer is suggested, so all these things, so that makes them understand that Zebra somehow is it's not only a channel company and we say that we sit back and we will say you sell and we are just doing a channel. It's not like that, right? So we are getting customer centric, right? So when we say customer centric, so that's the way to go. And with our marketing strategies, like we do a lot of we do a lot of exhibitions, we do a lot of other EDMs what we come out with. So we keep on giving update to our end users, to our channel, with the new products which we are coming out of, with how they could be beneficial to them, because ultimately we need to make the end customer understand that if they go for the new product, how it is better and what's going to be the ultimate result, because everybody looks at the ROI today, what is going to be the ROI. So that's where we actually make them. So that's the reason they have the comfort feel for Zebra. Really, we have already made a mark, because the way we actually do that, we have our own pre-sales guys, and we do have our own back-end support to the channel, in case there is a need to do that, right? But the basic aim of Zebra is to make sure with this training program we get our channel partners engineers trained, and we give them a certification which is called ZASP, which is Zebra Authorized Service Provider. So that means that they are authorized by Zebra to actually service the product, right? So, and that gives a very comfort feeling to their customer also, because their engineers are trained by Zebra. So we have done a humongous job in past 2 to 3 years, and we've got n number of engineers trained and n number of companies who has ZASP certification now. So that is strengthening us, further, that people understand. Okay, so that shows the focus actually of Zebra, that we are getting the people trained, we are getting them certified by Zebra, and so that they are able to take care of those. So we are doing this all through our